We're not going to see 8 inches of snow, but we are going to see some black ice, and really a lot of people won't see that tomorrow morning.
That's right, Matt. I think that's a likelihood on the bridges and the overpasses because we had a prolonged period of drizzle and light rain today. That's just now coming to a close. You can see the last gasps of that rain on First Alert radar moving east of Sedalia and Marshall. Thicker clouds moving east of Kansas City. That's the brighter shade. You get to the darker grays back to the west. Those are higher clouds, and I do think we are going to get rid of the clouds overnight. That's going to help the temperatures drop rapidly overnight into the teens and 20s by tomorrow morning, and that's when I think we're going to see the black ice developing, especially on the bridges and the overpasses. Here's how that works. Those overpasses, the bridges, even the roads, they're wet from the rain today. Bridges, overpasses, they're exposed on all sides, 360 degrees to the wind as it just kind of wraps around these overpasses, and more importantly, the air. And as the air drops below freezing, the bridges, the overpasses drop with the air temperature faster than, say, roads would, because roads kind of take advantage of the insulation and the soil underneath. That's why bridges and overpasses freeze first and freeze pretty quick. Temperatures dropping down into the 20s and teens for tomorrow morning. That rain that's on the road freezes, and that's black ice. And I would use caution as you're approaching bridges and overpasses tomorrow. There could be slick spots on them, like the Bond Bridge, Capitol Federal City View Cam, 35 degrees, so we're still above freezing, but the colder air is coming. North-northwest wind at 10, it feels like 27 degrees, above freezing across the metro, 38 in Olathe, 36 degrees in Liberty, 38 in Blue Springs. But that colder air, it's not far away. 26 in Maryville. That will overtake the 40s that are still hanging on for dear life here in Butler, Clinton, Sedalia, and Marshall in the next few hours. In the next couple of hours, I think Kansas City drops below 32 degrees as that colder air comes in, down into the mid-20s by 10 o'clock tonight. So if you are out traveling late, be aware. Bridges and overpasses, slick spots may start to develop. Tomorrow morning will bottom out in the teens to the north here and low 20s from Kansas City along the river and I-70 south to Sedalia, Clinton, Butler, and Paola. A clear sky in the morning, and look at this, we flip back around tomorrow with a strong south wind all above 32 degrees in the 30s and the 40s, but that's kind of deceiving because we have a big change on the way for Tuesday. Increasing cloud cover kind of signaling a changing weather pattern late in the day on Monday. We still make it into the low 40s. We'll be above 32 degrees between 10 o'clock and noon. That's when the concern for any ice will dissipate as we climb into the 40s late in the day. Here's the big change. Another Arctic air mass coming in for Tuesday. All the blues here and the pinks and purple, that's air in the teens and the 20s. And I think that's what we're going to have Tuesday morning. Lows in the teens, highs on Tuesday are only going to be in the 20s. I don't quite think we're going to have any snow accompanying this Arctic front, but we will have wind chills Tuesday morning in the single digits. You're going to have to break out all the big coat that you had last week, the scarf, the gloves, the hat, and guess what? You're going to have to keep it handy for the rest of the week because this is cold. That holds. Arctic air kind of stays entrenched through the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's hanging on for Friday and Saturday, and that's when we have a storm system kind of running over this Arctic air. And that's going to throw rain and possibly snow or a mix of freezing rain and sleet our way for next Friday and Saturday. For right now, I would just mark those days down. Those could be winter.